I have a very, very serious question for you.
Okay.
Would you rather have to wear a Halloween costume to every meeting for a year or answer the phone like a pirate? Which would you rather do?
What's the Halloween costume?
All right, I think you get to choose. So
Oh, I think that's
this
easy
is
then.
very important. You want to come dress?
I think it depends on if I'm forced to wear a certain costume or if I get to pick it. Because if I had to show up as like a vampire, I'd be down with that. Like, I
Yeah,
think
you
that would be
could.
okay.
But I think you have to go all out. You
But if
can't
I
just
had
like,
to wear like a blow up T Rex dinosaur suit, I think that would be very uncomfortable to try to sit
let's
in a meeting.
say, let's say every time you come as a different costume.
So, and I have to pick it. That would give me high anxiety. I think I'd rather answer the phone.
Okay, I can pick your Halloween costume. But you can't be like, I am Josh and just, or like hole punches and just be like, I'm a piece of paper. Like you have to be a real costume.
Yeah. Um, as long as somebody's like picking it out for me, it's kind of like my dinner choices. As long as someone's feeding me dinner and I don't have to be the one to like say what I want for dinner because I hate making choices on what to eat. I hate making choices in general.
Yeah.
So you give me the costume, I'll wear the costume.
Okay. I'm so glad you picked that answer. So, all right.
Uh,
Well, I was gonna just be a pirate because I answer like ahoy hoy and just be
ahoy, hoy. What kind of pirate says ahoy, hoy?
me. All right, we'll move on.
Anyway,
Thanks for tuning in to the Homegrown Hustle. I'm Josh, sitting here with Cameron.
hello.
So how you been?
Things have been good. It's been a while since we've recorded one of these, and happy to be back to catch up. How have you been?
I've been good. We both had a couple episodes though, but with other people, and I'll be honest, those are hard. Like it's
They are.
like we work well with each other and the chemistry's there. So they've been fun, but it's hard to get like right now we're already kind of just rolling.
Mm-hmm.
It is we're getting better at it.
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference on who the guest is or just having the co-host here because we know like what flows and what jives. Whereas we have a guest here, it makes it a little bit harder to know if we're gonna jive with it. So, but it's always good. I don't want to like deter anyone from wanting to come on the show or anything.
Yeah, and like we're here to share their business, and sometimes I think I get too professional, which people that work with me know. Like I might appear to be, but yeah, I'm not the most professional, even though I can get it done.
Sure, absolutely. So what your last guest you had,
I had Ryan England with England Insurance.
okay, how did
Yeah.
that go? I know the video's out, so if you want to go look at it, it's the latest one posted. I don't remember what the episode numbers are at this
I
point,
think
but
it was like 7 or 8. It went well. That's he had a lot of knowledge about insurance and why it's good to work with an insurance broker. And then before that, I had Brett Henry, who's an agent, and he kind of just shared how he got started, what he's went through. And then you had Emma
mhm.
Romney. So we've had a good run. Can you tell us a little bit about Emma?
Yeah, we had a really good conversation. We just talked about the real estate process. She's a real estate agent as well, and just kind of clicked and jived, and uh, things went really well. But
Yeah.
now we're back, and
Those are great episodes, though.
yeah,
So if anybody's looking to buy a house, there's a couple in there, people that need insurance. That's there too. You can get a lot of knowledge out of those. Then also, I mean, they're just entertaining, but
yeah,
it's like any
100%.
podcast, it's you got to kind of listen to it to know what's going on.
That's right. Absolutely.
So if you're listening, like, share, subscribe,
Yes,
and
please.
help us grow
Yes,
so
please.
that we can share with more people.
We're trying to be Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn. Remember, that was from episode 1.
Yeah. Yes. And we usually try to talk about nipples every episode. So that would be
Every
my
episode.
plug right now.
That's right.
Nipples. But
Luckily, Josh is wearing a tight shirt. So,
that's, I got an undershirt. But stop. Okay. Transition. I know you pretty well. I don't think I know you as well as ChatGPT, though. So for
no.
everybody watching, I sent him a little thing that I plugged it into. ChatGPT is going to do some like those celebrity mean tweets that they do like on Jimmy Kimmel, where the celebrities have to read the tweets about themselves. So me and Cam are going to read a couple of, I guess they're going to be like roasts of us
Yeah.
from chat because I don't know, we both are in there quite a bit with our business that chat knows our dirty little secrets.
Chat does know our dirty little secrets. So I put in that prompt. Um, It said, "Can you come up with a few mean roast tweets about me?" And a couple came up. The first thing that I want to point out is that ChatGPT just laughed. It was like with the little laughing, crying emoji. And then I asked it to make him like roast style, and it came up with the little purple devil. So I haven't read any of these, so it's gonna be kind of
Me neither. I mean, honest, like I'm seeing them now, and I'm excited to share a few of these. Do you have one you want to share?
yeah. I'll read this one first. It says Cameron's podcast is called Homegrown Hustle, which is perfect because it sounds like something you'd find between weed farming and multi-level marketing on Spotify. So, I mean,
Well,
we do everything here on the Homegrown Hustle. If you're a weed farmer, we'd love to interview you and have you on the show. If you're into multi-level marketing on Spotify, we could do that as well.
wow.
Uh,
All right, I'm gonna
those are
grab.
interesting.
Josh looks like the kind of guy who still flexes his fantasy football win from 2019.
Accurate.
I think that is when I last won. And I did. That was a good year though. I'd like to
Yeah.
say a lot of adversity. We pulled through.
I am
Probably
0
beat
in
you.
everything, so I've never won.
Yeah, you're not good.
I'm not good. My next one says he says he's a firefighter, but I've seen him in those mortgage videos. The only thing he's extinguishing is his followers' attention span. Oh,
Wow.
brutal. Oh my God.
Uh, if confidence was loan to value, Oshkosh would still need MI. That's mortgage insurance.
Good night.
Oh wow, it's not nice.
Every time Cameron posts a motivational quote, an actual firefighter somewhere rolls their eyes and hits snooze. I don't know. I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
All right, we'll just do a couple more. Bro calls himself Oshkosh, but I'm starting to think it's short for Osh, another mortgage rate.
Oh, goodness. I'm not going to read that one. That one's dirty.
Oh man,
Uh,
I want to know.
if dad jokes were a career path, Cameron would have hit top producer years ago. I think that's partially true.
What'd you say? Let's say that one again.
If dad jokes were a career path, Cameron would have hit top producer years ago.
Okay. Well, we both got targeted off that one, so I'm gonna play this one off that one. Oshkosh Lenny Josh sounds like a guy who'd make you sign a 30-year note and a waiver for his dad jokes. That's I feel targeted. Me and you on that
these
one.
were brutal, actually. I liked them, and I'll probably end up doing them more because I don't have high self-esteem, and I like to see what a robot says about me. So,
That's yeah. Take we should freaking roast chat.
freaking ChatGPT. If you guys aren't using ChatGPT in your business or just your everyday life, I really think you're missing out. It provides a lot of funny and fun content. Just you can have it like create meal plans, workout plans.
Oh.
You can kind of just you can do anything with it.
Says I know a guy that put on 20 pounds of muscle just basically as a personal trainer from ChatGPT.
Might have to try it. I don't use it the way that I just said to use it. I should. But
I don't either. And just, I mean, to be honest, the guy had to follow the prompts. Chat didn't just give him 20 pounds of muscle. I have tried. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You actually have to do the work.
that's right. Robots can't work out for you.
So, what kind of things do you use ChatGPT for?
I use it a lot for my marketing strategies. As a mortgage broker, it's hard to come up with different ideas all the time about what to post on social media. Everybody that I know doesn't like talking about mortgages. I don't even like talking about mortgages, and it's my full-time job. So I've used ChatGPT a lot to come up with different marketing strategies, whether it's fun little facts about mortgages or just educational posts, stuff like that. It's been real helpful.
I think very similar. I'll get random ideas in my head and I have a hard time putting it on paper that makes sense, even to me tomorrow. Like I will talk to my Apple I notes, whatever it's called,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll talk to text as it's on my brain. And then tomorrow I'll read it. I'm like, what the hell was I saying? And Chat's really good about like decoding my own message for me, and then we'll implement it together. So that's probably my number one. Number two is grammar. I am not great at grammar. And so it makes it look better. Obviously, I have to go in and tweak stuff because I still want it to be me. and I don't want to be too fake, but it does help me write it, especially if there's tone and making it more direct. Like if I'm talking to a client through email
Mm-hmm.
and we have something we have to do, I'll write up and just say, hey, make sure this sounds like what I'm trying to do. And sometimes it flows a lot better.
Smart.
Um,
Yeah, I think that's really good. Obviously, it's a really good tool if you use it correctly.
yeah, that's obviously you have to learn. It's a tool, like you said, and it can't run your life for you,
Right.
but it can help make it easier.
Can help direct you, I think, which is good.
That's so we kind of talked about tools and that sounded weird. We're moving on to realtors. I don't want to call realtors tools. I'm more meant to focus on like the relationship side of it and how if we're both a sharpened tool for each other.
Yeah.
I want to kind of talk about realtors, and we've got good ones, bad ones, middle ones. What makes a good realtor relationship?
Somebody that communicates back with you. I mean, I have a bunch of agents that I'll text and they'll respond. But I also have a bunch of agents that I'll text or I'll phone or I'll try to call them and it's just crickets. I think trying to have a good relationship isn't just about it being professional. You need to have some sort of deeper connection as well to really make the transaction that you're doing for these buyers like meaningful.
If you have a bad realtor that's not responding and you are working with a client, what kind of burden does that put on somebody?
Well, it puts it puts a fairly large burden on one side of the transaction trying to do everything. Whereas if you have good communication, like your good realtors are going to help you through that transaction. Now there's some things that they can't help with, but the things that they can help with, it's always extremely helpful when they're on top of when they're on the ball with it.
Yeah.
But when they're not, it's grueling because oftentimes we're asking them to do things because we need the help to do it. And if they don't do it, it could sideline the whole deal or at least delay it quite a bit.
100% agree. And like, as you were talking, I had things pop up where, like, one of my biggest pet peeves with it is let's say you have an approval and you're talking to them, and there's a little communication back and forth. And then you let the agent know, like, hey, let me know when you're seeing homes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure we structure this. This is what they want to see. And if they're not telling you when they're seeing homes or putting offers in, what can that mean for the client?
Well, it means that we could be off on our numbers because if we don't know the house that they're looking at, we can't look up taxes. We can't we're not able to estimate their homeowner's insurance as well. So their numbers could be completely off with like their mortgage payments. And if we go and tell the borrower, hey, your mortgage payment's going to be X amount of dollars, and the next thing you know, it comes back a lot higher because property taxes were a lot higher on this house that they ended up liking, it makes us look like dummies for not being able to do that. But again, that's where a good relationship comes in.
It does, yeah. Because let's say there's a 2-1 buy down. Let's say you're talking 2-1 buy down with a client. And if anybody doesn't know what a 2-1 buy down is, you get 2% off whatever the note rate is for the first year. So your payment's much lower. Second year, 1% off. And it's a good kind of phase into a home for a borrower who might not love high rates or they might they have to qualify for the full note. But right now, it's depends on the client, can be the better path than trying to buy the rate down. You're going to get a cheaper payment.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're talking to the client about a 2-1 buy down and you're trying to tell the realtor like they need this. But if they don't get the concessions,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because that's not something the buyer can pay for.
yeah, I mean, there's a way to bake it in, but it makes no sense because now you're raising stuff, you're coming down, they're paying all this money, and it's just, yeah.
Might as well just do a permanent buy down at that.
Yeah, you're barely getting better than what the note rate would have been. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So, yeah, you want the sellers to pay it.
Yeah. I think what you said about the communication between the loan officer, us, and the agent, especially when it comes to seller concessions, is huge. Because I've had deals where we didn't communicate and it didn't get brought up, and the buyer had to bring more money to the table, which our whole career is based on trying to save money
Yeah.
for the buyers. So if we can communicate and come up with a game plan on how to get more money for the buyers to cover their closing costs, it's a win.
Yeah, that's so on the last podcast, the insurance guy was Ryan was really talking about his kind of issue with realtors is not involving him during due diligence because there could be past claims on that home that nobody's going to see. We don't see that. Realtor doesn't see that. Home inspector doesn't see that. Insurance does. So if they don't involve, they could miss that claim by just waiting.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of times we aren't updated on a home inspection, the due diligence. They just assume like, oh, you'll do your appraisal, but like it costs money to order an appraisal, and
Right.
it comes onto the client that the home inspection is going to be the next day. Why aren't we being told? So that kind of one of the reasons realtors can kind of involve us as well. I think was one thing that they don't really do.
Yeah. So let me throw that question back at you. What does a good relationship between a realtor look like to you?
Uh, in lines with what you're saying, communication. Over communication is always good. I feel like we are always trying to update, but it's not usually given back the same way. So my like the people I'm thinking of right now are just super good about knowing what our site looks like
Mm-hmm.
and trying to help us with it too, which comes with the communication. I've got some agents where they do the home inspection, they just assume, oh, we can close now. Like
Yeah.
we have a lot of other stuff going on too. And that makes it hard because if we're not one voice and they're talking to the client saying we're set, like that's where it can really fall off. So the communication, I do group text. I know you do group text too. As long as we can have one voice, the client's experience is going to be so much better.
Yeah. 100%.
And if I'm able to talk to the borrower and talk to the realtor, and they're all open to collaborating, I'll tell them like, hey, if we're looking at this price range, I need these concessions. That's the only way they want this house in this price range.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll lay out how much we would need, what we're going to use it for, and then the realtors will go to work. I have some realtors, I'll share that too, and they'll come back with half the concessions and just say, make it work. Well,
Yeah.
I wish I could. That wasn't me. Like, I have no control on that part of it. That's just what it's going to be. Like a 2-1 buy down, I can't just say, hey, give me half and still purchase it
Right.
because it's all or nothing on that.
For sure. I think it's good to highlight that it's like if you're really trying to do right by your client, then just speak up, talk. I think that's kind of what it boils down to.
Yeah.
It's a teamwork effort.
Let's say you have a realtor that starts showing new builds, and some of the good agents, they don't even try to keep them with us, even if it's our lead. And it's really a disservice to the client too, because yes, some of those new builds, the concessions they're going to get, the whatever incentives, very well could outweigh what we could do, or they would just won't do it. Some agents won't even try to negotiate.
Sure.
And oftentimes, if we can even get half the incentives, we will beat that other preferred lender.
Oh, 100%.
But they just don't take the time to try it, which is their job. Like they are negotiating
Yeah.
for the client and their best interest. A lot of times, I think a realtor just falls back on the house is the best interest,
Sure.
which, yeah, they want the house, but why don't we get the best deal on both sides?
Yeah, absolutely. It just takes a little bit of talking, a little bit of work,
Yeah.
but ultimately we're all in the same business, and the business is getting the client into a house and hopefully not charging them a ton of money.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Okay. So now I want to take a peek at the life of an LO, a loan
Boy.
officer. And we don't need to get in the nitty gritty of, well, I look through income, I look pull credit, like everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
What does a normal-ish day look like for you?
A normalish day looks like being on the phone a lot, whether it's through text message or phone calls or being on social media. It's all about trying to find and work with good partners. That's kind of what it looks like for me. Kind of drives my wife nuts sometimes that I'm on my phone so much, but I think she's starting to come around and understanding why I'm on my phone as much as I am. But yeah, we're trying to set up lunch dates or coffee dates and all sorts of stuff just so we can make better relationships with our partners.
Yeah, you can feel like you're getting pulled in a million different directions very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There could be fires that pop up. Well, a lot of times, fires are more, I think, either a realtor's feelings or a client's feelings rather than an issue.
Sure.
It's just kind of calming them down. It's a stressful process.
Yeah. There. I mean, if you watch our social medias, you'll see that most of the time we share all the good things. We rarely share any of the bad stuff. So if you're watching our social medias and you're like, oh, this guy's killing it, well, just know you're not seeing the full story. There's a lot of fires. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of, um, if you don't think about quitting at least once a week, I think you're doing the job wrong.
That's because you're not actually working. Yeah.
So, and I think that goes with real estate agents too. I think it's anybody in this business. It's not easy. I mean, people think you go get your real estate license or you go get your loan officer license, and next thing you know, you're just making a bunch of money, and that is not the case.
No, it's yeah. So I kind of want to. I have two things. So we're expected to be like an accountant and a loan officer and a creator and social media guru.
I'm so tired.
All
of being
this
a
stuff.
content creator.
Yeah, because if we're not top of mind, but and we're self-sourced, self-generated. What that means is we're similar to realtors. Like we go find our own deals. We eat what we hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be top of mind. So that's why. And where do we hang out? We hang out where people are. People are hanging out on social media.
That's right. It's not like the old days where you actually had to really talk to people face to face. Social media is such a huge part of our business now.
Yeah, and I'm sick of buying people lunch just because they want lunch and they're not really looking to build or improve businesses or work as a team. And you can usually spot it pretty quickly and to the lunch.
Absolutely.
The second thing I wanted to talk about was kind of like what we deal with is one I have right now that we were talking about earlier is I have a client moving to Texas for a new job, and the underwriters making us get extra stuff on why are they moving to Texas? No shit, they're moving to Texas because the job's in Texas. Like, but we still have to
obvious.
we have to get a letter from the borrower and the new employer. Like it just like so realtors, clients, builders, insurance people, like we all deal with weird stuff and it's our jobs are hard, but like we have like that is such a dumb question from an underwriter.
Really is.
That just adds to our work days and it's happening on every file.
Yeah, 100%. The world of lending right now, there's just a bunch of restrictions that underwriters are making sure that they're crossing all their T's and dotting all their I's, and it just makes our job so much harder.
Yeah, and then because I mean, and so similar question, like when you're doing this and you're asking these people for these letters, all eyes are on us. Like I know why you're moving to Texas. I'm not being mean or trying to make you click an e-sign that literally takes 30 seconds. But that's why we're doing it. We're not just weird and we're just not obsessed with what's on your bank statements or whatever's going on. We're just talking to these 30 other people that all their hands are in the pot.
Yeah, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we deal with that we don't share. It's just because
we're just doing it.
We're just doing it. There's really no reason for us to share it, but understand that if it doesn't look like we're working because we're on social media, we are working. Like we are trying our hardest to do everything possible.
Yeah, I mean, doing a video is time consuming, but it's a very small portion of the day. Or us making weird posts that make no sense.
Yeah. Or us creating a podcast that we just blabber on.
So it's not this one.
No,
that's the other one. So just kind of what's going on this week is we're in Utah, the Holy War.
Yeah.
What are you feeling about it?
The Holy War is the big game that everybody anticipates between BYU and Utah. I'm pretty nervous. We're both big BYU fans, and BYU hasn't really shown that they can beat Utah in the last 6 games. So it's going to be a very interesting take. Personally, I think it's going to be like 27-24 Utah, which I hate to say that. I hate it.
I mean, I'll be there yelling. I'll be crying, I'm sure. I'll be excited. I'll feel all the emotions all day. It's to anybody that doesn't live in Utah, like this is the Super Bowl for the fans because there's so much bragging rights and it's not just for a week. It's like all year long 24/7. People that go to church, school, like this is like you'll be harassed, and just to be honest, both fan bases are just as annoying as each other.
100%.
And so when you just add the flame of the other one thinks the other fan base sucks. They think we suck, and really we both suck.
Yeah,
But
we're both brutal
in
too.
a very passionate way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You're already feeling the feelings.
yeah,
And we don't have an NFL
so
team
nervous.
here. Like, yeah,
and
like
it's so,
we can
so
get along on
bad.
jazz and we can get along on hockey, but we will not get along on football.
No, we don't have an NFL team here in Utah to kind of bring us all together. So we just have these two college teams that we just, I don't know, go to battle against with each other. And it's fun. I mean, it's a fun rivalry. Some people take it way too far, but that's also sometimes fun.
I hope BYU wins so bad. Mainly
I do too.
just because I don't have to listen for a year. I'm not going to talk too much, but
I have a lot of loudmouth Utah fans that are going to really rub
they're
it.
just waiting.
They
Just
are.
waiting. But also, flip the coin. There's plenty of BYU fans ready to bug their Ute fans.
100%.
Like, I'm not going to say we're perfect because we definitely are not.
Oh, yeah.
And
There's definitely a couple of Ute fans that I know that I will bug them just because it's fun, friendly banter, but yeah, I'm nervous. I'm scared.
them too. It's gonna be a fun. Almost always a one possession comes down to the end game. No matter who's picked to win. I mean, Utah's picked to win in our own house. Like, but it goes either way. I mean, Utah's had the upper hand in the last 10, 15 years on any game that was more of a blowout. I can't remember the last time BYU actually just took it to them.
No, I can't either. And we were talking about this before we started recording. It doesn't matter how good Utah is, and it doesn't matter how good BYU is. Every single year, it normally comes down to the wire, and it's a good rivalry game.
And there's so much tension. Whichever team can play more loose typically will end up winning. Or who has the ball last, but I burn in my brain is that 54-10 loss where Jay Keeps is fumbling the ball backwards, picking up, fumbling it back. Like, who does that?
Yeah, we need to forget about those times because we're in a new era.
We dropped kickoffs, like we're just dropping the kick and not being able to pick it up. Like,
yeah, I'm just nervous. That's all I can say.
Yeah. So the game would have taken place by the time you hear from us again. So hopefully we're on the other side.
What's your prediction?
24-20 BYU.
Okay.
I think Utah will move the ball more consistently, but settle for a field goal instead of one more touchdown is what I think will happen. But
well, hopefully that's the case. Hopefully our defense and special teams show up like they do in most games because that's where BYU does get a lot of their points. But
yep. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode. Make sure to like, share, and comment.
And subscribe.
We're
trying to get big.
Yeah. We need at least 100 people. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.